Understands perspective. Yeah, we're just trying to get this live popping. There's a couple people coming in here, man. Yeah. Okay. Got a couple topics. I had to jot them down. I didn't want to forget them. You know what I mean? Got a lot going on. So, the
Shit, man.
first, oh, well,
Oh no,
this is
I was just
Boogie,
gonna say what's happening. You know what I mean?
yo, this Boogie 45. I got my boy Boogie in here. We're going to do what it do. How you feeling today, man?
Man, you know what I mean? Slow motion in the big old ocean. You know what I'm saying? But we got a big old tanker. We just cruising. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Um, I wanna get some people in here, man. But it's gonna come. It's gonna come. We just gonna pop it off. All right. So first thing first, Boozy versus Glad. Glad. I'm about to say Glad. Like Boozy versus Glad, man. So Boozy feel like Vlad they couldn't come to agreement over an extra $5,000, right?
Oh wow.
Now I guess because Boozy came out and said what he said, he wasn't being. I guess he wasn't saying certain things or when. No, matter of fact, no. Vlad said since you want to mention numbers, Vlad came out and exposed the numbers. So he said that Boozy is getting $25,000 an episode, like a Vlad series, right? The interview. So
That's good money.
what? You know what I'm saying? That is great money. That's great money. Now the thing is though, Boozy wanted 40,000, so he wanted to go from 25,000 an interview to 40,000. Vlad was like, "Yo, I could probably do 30, but I can't do 40 or even 35 because when Vlad looked at the numbers were kind of dwindling a little. Like he wasn't as hot as when he first came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the revenue that he's gonna look at the average amount of streams and what the revenue pulls in, and he's gonna base that on what he pays, so he could have some sort of profit margin. I would imagine.
Yeah. So now it's like, Vlad saying, okay, if I do the interview for 25, what's up, chat?
What up,
Vlad,
chat?
Vlad said if I do the interview for 25, right, I will make 35 off of it once everything comes back. So Vlad was like, you're not counting for the interviews that I can't monetize because, certain things were said on there. You know how YouTube be or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Boozy, like, well, I'm going to go start my own podcast and I'm going to do it in my house and this, that, and the third. Fine, great. Because Vlad was like, there's other guests that I have that have their own podcast too. That's not a problem. But I think the way Boozy was saying it was like you trying to like, you know, he did it. He did it.
Insinuate that he
Yeah,
was
like,
part of the foundation to blowing up Vlad in the beginning.
and that's not true. I've been watching Vlad way before Boozy came on there. You know what I'm saying? So that was cap. But the thing was, Boozy does an interview in his house or whatever. I guess he had somebody come through and interview him. And he's charging $20 for the interview on Patreon. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? You
Come
know how
on,
many
man.
free we on YouTube? There is plenty of free interviews that we can watch, bro. We're not going
Come
to pay
on,
twenty
man.
dollars to your Patreon just to hear what you think about something. Who says I'm gonna even like your perspective on it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So
He already had the 25K. If he does a series of four, and within a year, that's a
100 grand.
six-figure job just sitting down, like maybe a total of 8 hours in a year with
It's a
Vlad.
hundred grand. It's 100 grand. And then the thing is, it's like 100 grand could pay for shit. You feel me? You could do your podcast and still, you see, yo, you can't let your emotions get in the middle of the money, man. You feel me? Because it's like,
That's a fact.
who's the best person to go to to even start a podcast on your own is Vlad. You have a good
Yeah.
relationship with him already. So that'd be the perfect person to go to this. Go, Vlad, how do I set this up? You know what I mean? And still do your interviews with Vlad and still get your 25,000, 30,000 an interview. You know what I'm saying? While you have your own shit. You know what I mean? Like what's I don't get it, man. It's like you don't want to do no interviews with Vlad no more, but then you want to charge people for your interviews. Like so now he's about to get into these deep waters and see how deep this water really is in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on it, Bo? What you think about that shit, man?
I mean, ultimately too, I think like they could actually use what's going on and run a play. Like he could actually launch his podcast and bring Vlad on. You know what I mean? And do it for free. Don't do the selling. Patreon, cool if people want to pay because they want to support. But like Boozy, the brand as a podcast, he's a little too late thinking about this. Think about all the rappers that have. This is the new rap game, right? The podcast shit.
Pretty
So now you got
much.
all these rappers that's already jumped in being backed by other people by quote unquote networks, right?
Yeah.
And they're getting paid to do the podcast without having to grind the podcast and build the following and do all that extra stuff.
Yeah,
All
they
they have to
just
do is
getting paid
host
to
it.
sit in the
And
seat.
here's Boozy like, all right, and I'm pretty sure this was a Boozy idea. You know what I mean? Which it sounds like a good idea because in his mind he's like, look, I could probably make more than 25,000, dog. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Hey man, you know what I mean?
I mean, I get it.
I
I
sell
mean,
episode for $20,
nah,
and
it's not.
I'll get 2,000 of them.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
nah.
That's
Yeah, it don't work.
40,000.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
Yeah,
It don't work like that. You can't just charge people for your episodes just off the ripper like that. You know what I mean? Like when there's so many free other what it now. This the thing. If he would have said if you want to see it early without having to wait for the clips and shit like that, then okay, you pay the $20 on the Patreon. But for
like
me
Joe
to
Budden.
never see the interview at all, and I'm just paying for this shit, and I don't. There's no clips, there's no teasers, nothing. I just gotta pay just to nah, man, nah, bro. I'm not doing that. That's
And
crazy.
we're living in a day and age too. It only takes one Patreon member to pay that $20, and then the whole world's finna have it after that.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I
it's
mean?
like,
Because they're just gonna rip it. They're gonna rip it and then and redistribute it, chop it up into clips. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it's just like, I get what he's saying, but it's like, dog, you could have still did business with Vlad and started your podcast. You know what I mean? And had a Patreon. But like I don't think that he's don't going to people to get some kind of consultation to how to set this up properly, how to monetize properly. You know what I mean? Like why would you charge $20 and nobody even seen the interview yet? You know what I'm saying? And then you cut off an extra $100,000 a year to say that's pure emotion and ego right there. That's pure emotion and ego. That's not, I guess if that works for him, cool. But that's ego, bro. That's ego talking. Because you could have had all the same things and it all made sense and it all worked in unison. You get the 25 from Vlad, you get the 100 grand from Vlad here, you got your podcast at your house, and you do the Patreon if people want to see it early. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. So now what that did is it opened up a bigger can of worms. Because now Aries Spears is looking like Vlad. You paying Boozy 25,000. I'm gonna need some more money.
He's
Yeah,
like, hold on, man. Hey,
yeah.
now Ari Spears doing the Boozy. Hold on, man. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So now it opens up a bigger can of worms. And it's crazy because I heard Act talking about this joint earlier. And if Boozy is one of the biggest draws on your show, I gotta work that out, man. I gotta work that out. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you tell them, hey, listen, I can't. How about this? I give you 35,000, and if the shit does good, we'll continue paying you 35,000. If the numbers drop or stays the same, then I got to go back down to 25, 30. Simple. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, like remember there's kind of a precursor to how Vlad operates in these instances. So remember when a couple years ago, Cat Williams did the smash blow up interview that went extra extreme viral with Shay Shay, and he basically just kind of told his story. So here's Marlon Wayans. He's like, "Oh, Vlad, I'll do that on your show." And,
Mhm.
it'd be the first ever Marlon Wayans in depth interview. This and that. And then he was like, "I need 40 grand." And then he was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Oh, I need some and on the back end." And they couldn't come to an agreement. And but Vlad's whole reasoning behind why he wouldn't pay XYZ is because he went and did the research on all the Marlon interviews that exist out there in recent history during that time. And he wasn't doing no views like that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and now you look at the people like Boosie or Ari Spears, bro. They're hot because they know they help make him like one interview he pays X amount, right? Okay, let's say Boosie he pays 25,000. So you have the full length interview. Then he's gonna chop up all the joints with all the shorts and all the 15-minute segments, the 5-minute segments. The you know what I mean? He repurposes it over and over and over again. So he's theoretically knows that he's going to pay this 25,000 because he knows his profit margin is going to be X amount that is worth it for him. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah,
And
that's true.
like, and it's okay. Here, let me ask you a question, Slim. Is it those guys that drive the algorithm, or is it Vlad, or is it the combination of Vlad when people go on to Vlad? Like, what
Well,
makes Vlad stay relevant in your opinion? Is my
I
question.
I think it's the different guests that he has on because you got to understand, like Vlad doesn't just do hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He does mafia guests that was on there. He does people that own
he does
businesses,
athletes.
athletes. You know what I mean? Like he gets people at the tail end of their career when they're about to retire, stuff like that. Get an interview from them. So Vlad covers a broad base of people that come
Even
from
all the
different
way
walks
down
of
to the
life.
up and coming artists.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's it's a guest driven show. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's what really does it when it comes to the numbers is the guests, the type of guests that he has on, and what they say. The viral moments if he brings up a certain topic. And another thing, Vlad know how to he know how to ask questions. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's a little rigid, but he knows how to ask certain questions that'll bring the best out of the viewer. So it's him being an interviewer and the guests that really drive the platform. Everything else is just goes along with it. You know what I'm saying? Follow suit. You know, but
Yeah, like he like one more thing I wanted to add on is like if he would have been had this idea to think bigger than just that 25,000 every time instead of being like, "Hey, look, I need more money now. I see what you're making." Like be like, "You know what? I'll keep that 25. I'm about to do this podcast. I need you to come on and I need you to throw me some plays here." You know what I mean? Every time you get
see,
such
negotiate,
and such on, you tell me, "Hey, you should go do the Boozy Pod." You know what I mean?
negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
And Boozy can
Negotiate.
give him the whole treatment. He has his own little mini town, his little mini village, right?
Vlad did Boozy Estates, where Vlad was already
Yeah,
at
I
Boozy
remember that.
House.
That's how he showed the whole. He got like 4 or 5 houses or 6, 7 houses on that mug.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. But okay. Anything going out on this right here?
Nah, that's all I had.
All right, cool. So the next thing, All Star JR got locked up by the feds. So they're saying the charges are felon in possession of a weapon and you cross state lines, which made it a federal case, right? So what that
Oh,
means is he had the gun on him the whole time. He didn't take the gun
and
off
he was
nobody.
trying to say he had snatched it up off of somebody.
That's what was said. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Huh.
according to the feds, that's not what happened. You know what I mean?
I
Now
mean, they're
they're
gonna
not
be
going
able
to
to
get him.
trace where this gun came from. Usually, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. But they're looking at it like this: if you shot dude and you had your gun on you, that means you crossed state lines with it, and that's what makes it federal.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't get.
Rather that than attempted murder.
Yeah, and they had the video of everything. They had the video of him standing over dude and all that. And I don't think Ben 10 can walk, bro. I,
Mm.
I don't think so, bro. But
Oh no.
you know, at the end of the day, He gonna do a little bit for that though. Yeah, he ain't just gonna slide with that gun charge. He gonna do a little bit for that. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's your thoughts on it.
Uh,
Now hold up. One thing I gotta add, right?
go ahead, go ahead.
Cartel Bo, rapping from down there in Texas, he said what JR does in these next coming weeks, with these court dates, is going to determine who goes to jail or who stays home.
Yeah, bro.
Because if you try to
Hey,
go for the self defense claim, you're gonna have to tell them everything that happened. You can't just say self defense and not say nothing. It don't work like that.
yeah, because if your case is self defense, you have to go up there and say who pulled out what and how you got the woo wop and then woo wop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
You're kind
it,
of
it
supposed to do that on the scene.
it could get real tricky. It could get real tricky,
I
man. If
mean,
they just
yeah, it was a situation. He ducked off, but I mean, I think the whole maybe he should have turned himself in after that because that would have definitely helped his case.
yeah, that was the thing. He left the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He left the scene, and when they picked him up, and then you went to go do videos and all this other shit. So they go to hold of
Um.
that shit, and there we go. We got now he's facing the federal case now. You know what I mean? So it's bugged out, man. I don't know why people do shit and just go straight to the fucking internet, man. Take your win and go home, baby. What
That's
the
what I'm
fuck?
saying, bro. Like, it's like you get on the internet. All right, y'all, don't tell nobody. All right, I
Like
gotta tell y'all
what?
something. Like,
Like how you think
keep this
that was gonna
between us,
work out?
y'all.
Yeah, like keep it between who? The world? like cut the bullshit, man. Like what are we talking about, man? That's crazy. So, you know why I hope though, just out of this whole situation with Benton and Junior, I just hope that NBA and NBA YoungBoy and them peoples don't start beefing with JR and them because it's really an unnecessary, stupid ass beef, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it's dumb, bro. And it's like once the public know what the fuck happened, what you think gonna happen? You do something to one of them does something to each other, you're going to jail. It's the same thing I said with Dirk. I said if Dirk make a move on YoungBoy or anybody that's affiliated with him, he's going to jail because too many people know what the hell going on, bro. They waiting on him to make a move. All police got to do is sit back and watch, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and once a body drop, up, we coming to get you. They
I
watching,
know.
they
It's like I
jotting
don't
down
know if the
information, the whole
president finna
shit.
pardon people just once again.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know what I mean?
You know
So
what I mean?
I don't know, man. Now, we'll see as as things progress. We'll see what happens with All Star Jr. and shit like that. Because I guess this kind of blew up his rap career. You know what I mean, in a way. But I wasn't really listening to his music like that anyway. But it's alright. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh,
now to the next thing. So this was a topic all day with the Megan Thee Stallion and Clay Thompson breakup, right?
okay.
So I heard a lot of women saying like, Clay Thompson cheating, and that's all these niggas do is they cheat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I said, hold up. I said, let
He's
me
an
look
NBA
into this
player.
shit a little bit. Yeah. I mean, he got options,
I mean,
but
it's kind
but
of
this the
part.
thing.
This might sound unfortunate or insensitive, but like or misogynistic, whatever the term I'm looking for here. But when men are in the NBA, women just throw themselves at these men, and it's like part of it. All Star Weekend, like come on.
But the thing is, if you read the post properly that Megan posted, the first thing she said was cheating. You took me around your family, and I had to deal with your mood swings, leading up to your off season and all that, leading up to your NBA season, all of that, and you don't want to be monogamous. So what does that say?
Yeah, it also means that he don't want to be with her.
Okay, but this the thing.
Well,
How the hell?
monogamous, like
How?
they could be
How,
fucking.
how do you cheat on somebody that you're not monogamous with? That's the question. if the man
Especially coming
never
from someone
said,
like Meg Thee Stallion, who like allegedly has been ran through juju on that beat.
but this the thing, right? If the man said he didn't want to be in a relationship, right? How the hell? How is cheating even a thing? Y'all not in a relation, in a committed relationship. He didn't want to be monogamous. So how the hell is he a cheater? How do you cheat on somebody that you're not in a relationship with? That's
That's
weird.
what I'm saying. That means he never wanted to be with her to begin with. They were, or else they
No,
would have been
no,
together.
I don't.
Then it would have
I
been
don't.
cheating.
I think he gave her a shot, and he didn't like what he saw. That's fair
You know what's
game.
crazy is
That's
I feel like
dating, bro.
Clay
You're not
Thompson,
gonna like,
right?
bro. You're not gonna like everybody that you're not gonna get into a relationship. I would say with everybody that you date. It's not gonna happen like that all the time. There's some women that you're gonna date that you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm cool on that. And there's some women that you're gonna be like, you know what, let's see where this goes. It's
Mhm.
just dating.
Yeah,
So I don't
and
even know
he
why
probably didn't want to see it
people.
through. And here's the thing: of course, he's gonna be a very busy person when he's on the road as an NBA player. They play so many games; they're on that road all day, every day. You know what I mean? He probably did her a solid. Like, listen, I'm not with you. You know what I mean?
I mean, she should be able to adjust because I mean, she's a rapper and a performer too. So she goes on the road as
She,
well.
yeah, she
You know what I
should know.
mean?
She should understand life on the road.
But I think that nobody read that post properly, though, bro. People who was tight
Hmm.
about the post talking about he was cheating, I'm like, y'all couldn't have read that post properly because it meant because
I
she
think
said
people don't know what
he did
monogamous
not want to
means.
be monogamous. You cannot cheat on somebody you're not monogamous with, bro.
Why?
Like
Right when
that's
you read the
crazy.
caption or the post, I got it immediately. That's why my
Cheating was
first
the
response was,
first
well,
word,
he ain't
and
want to
you
be
know
with
what?
her,
The
so
way that
he
it
didn't
was
have to be
worded,
monogamous. They're not
the,
together.
but, but check it. The way that it was worded, cheating was the first word that was said. So people just read that and ran with it. I'm gonna tell you this. There was a
Mm,
post yesterday on Twitter, right? And it was about a female truck driver, and she almost hit a school bus, right? I see bad people in the comments talking about how you letting the 18-year-old drive an 18-wheeler. I said, where in the post that it said she was? They didn't even say her age. It said an 18-wheeler driver. It didn't say
mm-hmm.
an 18-year-old. So, and I'm just surprised about how many people in the comments got that wrong. I'm like, yo, they said nothing about 18-year-old. It said they didn't even say her age. So now I can see how somebody could misunderstand a post because the way that she led with the post saying cheating, this and that, and I had to deal with your mood swings and yada yada, all of this, and you took me to your family, all to not want to be monogamous. That's not cheating, shorty. That's really you really playing victim because that is what dating is. You're gonna date people. Some people you're gonna go all the way with. Those are people that you're gonna be in a relationship with, possibly get married to, and some people you're gonna let them go. No hard
I
feelings.
think. Let me ask you a question. You think we're in this day and age, people shouldn't post somebody unless they really finna be with this person? You know what I mean?
That's how
Like
I
that should be
feel.
part of the process. Like you don't just, you know what I mean?
That's how I feel.
Especially
Doing everything
for
on
celebrities,
camera.
part of it is about being in a celebrity like being in a celebrity couple. You know what I mean?
That's what I
It's like
feel.
you know, like you with me or like with the, you know what I mean, or are we just, you know what I mean? It's just a thing so we could trend here and there online, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Another question was if you look at Megan Thee Stallion's track record, because I seen Party posted a video talking about how Megan cheated on her with Tory Lanez while they was in a relationship together. This video got posted today, right? Check Twitter if y'all want to check it out, whatever. Shout out the homeboy or whatever. But if you look at her last two relationships, Party she cheated on, Tory's in
Mm-hmm.
prison doing 10 years. I don't want no parts of that, bro. I don't want no
Clay's
parts of that.
like,
It's
look,
just
I'm
like
trying to win a championship. And then like even the post is petty too when she's like, and you were throwing your mood swings before the season started and you couldn't even stay monogamous. And like listen, bro, I'm stressing because I'm trying to win a championship. Like This is my childhood dream. This is all I've been thinking about. He's like, well, you already won championships with the Warriors. Listen, I'm trying to prove myself outside the Warriors. You don't know how big that is. You don't know what this means. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's just crazy, bro. You know. But, I say at the end of the day, man, it's just dating, bro. It's just dating. Some people you're gonna connect with throughout dating, and some people you're not gonna connect with. It's just dating. But I think that she's so used to moving how she moved that she don't even know what real dating look like. Because how do you say that somebody's cheating and they're not monogamous with you? That's crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
that doesn't make
everybody
no
just
sense.
running. I seen a lot of
He
women
might
running
be
with that
running
shit. And I'm
game
like,
on
yo,
her.
y'all didn't read that post correctly.
You know
Y'all didn't
what?
read
I
that
just
post correctly.
realized, man, Clay Thompson, man, he spent a lot of time in the Bay. He was just running some good old fashioned game on her. Like he ain't never said he was with her, and he might not have never disagreed either. But she sure thought it in her head. And you know what I mean? He's over there running around, like, yeah, keep that thing fresh for me. You know what I mean? I heard about Tori and them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep my distance. You know what I mean?
I mean, he gave
Party
her a
next door
shot.
did a whole diss track singing. You ain't never heard a man do a diss track singing though. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, he gave her a shot though. You know what I'm saying? He gave her a shot.
Yeah. He
It
test
didn't
drove
work
it.
out.
He's
It
like,
didn't work
listen, this
out.
is not even certified pre-owned. This is just pre-owned.
It's
Got a
just,
lot of
and
mileage.
the crazy thing is, it's like when Clay moving around and people look at Megan how they view her because it's like, yo, how can you come home and play wife to me, but the minute you get out of my sight, you half naked in the video shaking your ass like that's I don't. How can somebody say, yeah, that's my wife? Like you gonna feel confident claiming that? I mean, we seen what Kanye went through with Kim Kardashian. We seen that he knew that he knew her track record, right? And what did
hmm
that do? It caused them mad mental anguish because every time you're in the room, either somebody done hit or somebody knows somebody that done hit. So now
hmm
it's driving you insane because it's like, oh man, like
And
everybody
he
done hit this
wasn't.
chick.
She was. He wasn't her last either. She just keep going.
Yeah, but you know what though? I gotta blame Kanye for that because you knew what it was hitting for with Kim Kardashian. Let's keep it a
hmm
buck. You knew what it was hitting for. You know what I mean? Like, I
He
mean,
probably
damn, if
wanted
the
a piece of
public
that
could see it,
empire too. When he saw that empire was growing, he's like, all right, boom, I'm gonna knock some seeds
I
out of
don't
her.
think Kanye.
Bong. Here
Nah,
we go.
nah. Kanye was willing to build his own empire. Yeah, he was willing to build his own empire. He didn't want her for her money,
I
but he
mean,
wanted her to be some.
he's.
But he wanted her to be something that she's not. She's not a wife.
I'm from the
But you
West
trying to
Coast.
make her into
I
that.
think the term is can't make a housewife.
Yo, like what? Yo, I think people need to go back and start listening to some old Too Short or something, man, because they don't understand. Like, yo, you can't do that, and because not you're dealing with trauma, and you're dealing. Listen, man, you're dealing with a whole lot, bro. When you talk about trying to turn a hoe into a housewife, bro, you don't even know what made her be a hoe. You got to deal with that trauma, and then the thing
Hmm.
is, if something goes wrong in a relationship, what happens? Let's take an example from Cardi being Offset, right? What happened
Yeah,
when the marriage went bad? Cardi went from being a wife to another dude's side piece,
for
and she
real.
was fine
And
with
knock the
that.
kid out.
She was
Knocked
fine
another
with
kid
being
out
being
with another celebrity or a professional athlete this time.
all right. So that's what happens when things go wrong when you dating a promiscuous woman. You know what I'm saying? If things go wrong, she's gonna go back to being what she originally was, which is a promiscuous woman. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they broke up. Megan to get over it. My thing is, yo, stop playing victim though, because that was just dating. There was no harm, no foul. There was no harm, no foul on your part or his part. It's just dating. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
When you date somebody, it doesn't mean that the girl that you dating is gonna marry you or you're gonna marry her. This is why you're dating to see if this person makes a good fit for whatever you want to do with your life. And if she
Hmm.
doesn't, no harm, no foul. You go your way, I go my way. Cool. You feel me? But to come and try to drag homie on social media, that's corny as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's
For real.
corny. I don't respect that. But moving along, um, you seen the Is What It Is show the other day with Kevin Hart was on there with Cameron?
Yeah, the cam joint, right?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
seen how
yeah, I
he
saw.
shot that shot at Dame Dash, right?
He sure did.
And Kevin walked out
I
as he
mean,
should.
Kevin kept it classy, but he definitely laughed a ton. So it's classy as far as he didn't say anything, but like, cause
Mm.
and I think he was laughing because Cam definitely tried to get him to just agree with him at minimum. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think of Dame Dash now? Like, you remember him then? You know what I mean?
But to me,
Basically, trying
it's
to say
real.
that he's broke right now. You know what I mean?
But to me, it's real corny because when you was stuck in the deal with under Lance on Rivera, oh yeah, let's go into the history books. When you was stuck in the deal and you was signed to entertainment or whatever, and Lance messed up the whole record label shit went left or whatever. Dame is the you didn't have a deal. When he dropped Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment, he didn't have a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So Rockefeller saved you. Dame got you on the rock. You know what I mean? And that saved your career, fam. Because you would have went out like one of those other 3 album artists, and your career would have been done a long time ago. Because
hmm,
even along with you signing a deal, you got to have the right people to manage your career that'll bring the best out of you. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they ain't put you on in that aspect. Not only did they put you on as far as you signing the deal with The Rock, but you had the movie. You know what I'm saying? You was able to establish your own situation with Dipset and all that. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
Like, and I, like I said, I know Dame talking shit or whatever, but y'all had y'all little spat. Leave it alone. What are you steady trying to drag? And then the thing is, it's like if it's between you and him, leave it between you and him. You feel what I'm saying? Why
yeah.
go in front of somebody else now and try to clown Dame? Dame put Kevin Hart on too. Because the
Yeah,
first time I ever seen
he
Kevin
said it
Hart
in
was
that
in Paper Soldiers.
in that question. He said, "Look, the way that's how he set up the question. He said, "Look, you was in your first movie. I was in it. What do you think? You remember Dame
Facts.
Dash then? What do you think of him now?" You know what I mean? Like,
That was
and
corny as hell.
Kevin
And
wouldn't
you know what
say
I mean?
anything because he knows he deep down appreciates that opportunity that he got back then because that put him on the road to where he's at now for real.
So why just
Both of
why
them.
just laugh? So why just chuckle and walk out? That was type corny. Why just chuckle and walk
I,
out? Why not say that? Listen, Cam, I know you and Dame going through your situation or whatever, but I ain't got no bad words to say about that man. He gave me my first shot, and it led to where I'm at right now. You feel what I'm saying? And that would have
yeah.
ended. That would have deaded that because that would have let Cam know, yeah, I'm not gonna clown dude that put me on just because you got problems with him. You know what I'm saying?
I I think I think Kevin Hart is such a megastar that his
Man, megastar
PR,
my ass. You a man first, bro.
hear me
Fuck a
out.
PR. You a man
His
first.
PR would want to know what questions are going to be asked. And I feel like Cam's the type that had that question in there, and they might have been like, you can't ask this question because Kev has to approve of said questions, right? So then when he's like, all right, the show's over, he's like, no, 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 hold on, I got one more question. Kev, come up, baby. One more question, one more question. And when he asked him, I think that was his actual reaction, like, nah, Cam, I already told you. You know what I mean? Listen, I
Yeah.
don't like
I
Kevin
mean
Hart. I ain't
I
gonna
mean
hold
I'm
you.
glad.
I
I
don't even
mean,
think it's
listen,
like
I'm not I'm not mad.
I like
I'm
his older comedy. Not really a fan of his movies.
I used to
You
fall
know what I mean?
asleep
He
on the
definitely
stand-up.
had
I
he
never
wrote his
let
he
me
had
tell you
his
something.
wave,
I
but
never looked at
yeah,
Kevin
as
Hart
a
as a good
person, I
stand-up.
can't really hate on him.
But as a
I think
good
that
he's
maybe he
funny in
just was trying
movies
to take
though.
the higher road there by
Yeah,
not
he's
saying
funny in
anything.
movies though. You know what I'm saying? But I never liked his stand-up like that, but he's funny in movies.
Okay,
But like I
that's funny because
said, as an
I never
in
really seen his movies like that. But his earlier
I
stand up
did.
was definitely he had some joints.
Yeah, so now, like when I look at the whole situation, like okay, he tried to dodge that question or whatever, but I wouldn't have dodged it. And it can't no PR tell me what to say at this point. That man put me on. He gave me my first shot in the industry, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna make that very clear to Cameron. Yeah, we cool and all that, but I'm not gonna diss. Dame just because you got a problem with him. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with that man, that's between you and him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna now throw shots or diss him because you got an issue with him because that man gave me my first shot in the industry. Dame put a lot of people on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it bothers Dame that he don't get his flowers for that. You understand what I'm saying? Lee Daniels, you know what I mean? He believed in Kanye before Jay did. 'Cause Jay didn't really believe in Kanye rapping. Dame did. You know what I'm saying? Jay,
Yeah.
I don't, you know, he put Kevin Hart on. You know what I'm saying? He got Cam out of a bad deal. When Lee Daniels ran out of money when he was doing Empire, he gave him a loan. Then he had to go run behind Lee Daniels for the damn money, like he ain't borrowed nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
would make a person bitter, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the situation with Jay, we're not even gonna speak on that. Let's talk about everything surround let's talk about the other people he put on, the other people that you know what I'm saying that he did good business with. You feel what I'm saying? And then y'all turn around and y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all act like he ain't do what he did. Like that's crazy. So I can see why I can see what a lot of things anger comes from. You know what I'm saying? It's like people that take favors, but they won't reciprocate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or give a nigga his flowers. You know what I mean? Because if I loaned you $1 million because you was running out of money to get your show and then your show is a success, you should be doubling back on me with like two, fam.
Yeah.
Yo, here
Like,
one for
here,
what I
man,
owe you,
for your
one for your
troubles.
troubles. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
regular man shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I noticed some of
That
these
is
dudes ain't men though.
definitely the cloth that I would expect somebody to be cut from when it comes to that. Like, man, especially when you talk about an amount like specifically $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even
You
if
know what I'm saying?
somebody has $1 million retirement and they just want to cash it, like, you still gonna get taxed. What are you gonna use the money for? You just
What you said what? Uh-oh. You might be in the matrix. Yeah, man. I gotta pause that phone, man. Got phone calls coming through, messing up the live, bruh. But yeah, um, at the end of the day, let me see if I might have to tap him out real quick. He might have to come back in. But yeah, man, with the whole Dame situation, I see where a lot of Dame's um I see where a lot of his anger and his bitterness comes from. You know what I'm saying? When you put so many people on and they're not really appreciative of it, it's like damn. You know what I mean? You could have kept that to yourself and you could have been, you know, that further along. You know what I mean? I'm taking resources away from what I because the money or the opportunities he gave out, he could have gave them to other people. You know what I'm saying? Their way out. You feel me? So I definitely ain't understand that, man. That's type crazy to me, man. But at the end of the day, man, I don't really approve of Cam dissing Dame in front of people on his show. That's corny as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then got Dame going back on a podcast. Like I ain't trying to go back and forth with my OG, man. You know what I
you know what
mean?
I mean?
Do
Do
not
not
disturb.
disturb. Yeah. Matrix is crazy.
Yeah,
My
yeah, got
you got there you go.
a lot of
A lot of
echo
echo.
feedback.
Ah, snap. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, you know, I wish him all the best. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the Michael Jackson movie. I gotta go see that movie, man. I ain't go see it yet. Please, nobody spoil it. What's good, chat? You said, what's good? This nephew love, homie. On this pipe for bold. But yeah, man, I gotta go see that Michael Jackson movie, man. That Michael Jackson, you know what I mean?
Are
Are
you
you
back
back
at
at
it?
it?
Yep. Is it echoing still?
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, let me
I
just
don't,
restart. I can
I don't
restart
know,
my
man.
whole
Why
thing.
is it
Why is
so
it so
low?
low? I don't know.
Let me
That
let
was
me see
crazy.
something.
Even before this, you was hella low, but I can still hear you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Well,
we're gonna try
we're
to
gonna
work
try to
with it.
work with it. Is it still crazy?
Uh,
Uh,
kind of. I can
kind of.
hear
I
my
can hear my
voice.
voice. I can't hear you, so I'm wondering if the audience hears it. You know what I mean?
I
But
don't know.
okay, let me. It's definitely coming from my end. Let me try again.
Yeah, but yeah, the Michael Jackson movie, I definitely got to peep that though. That Michael Jackson movie looked fire, and you know it's so crazy. I seen them trying to give the movie low reviews, and I'm like, y'all hating, y'all really hating, trying to get that movie. Like, I mean, what a better producer than the movie director, I would say, than Antoine Fuqua. You know what I'm saying? Then you got his nephew playing playing him, which is they blood related. He kind of resemble him in a way. You know, like we don't really we ain't living for nobody ratings no more. That's over with. We ain't looking for we're not looking for no to be stamped by nothing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna support it because it's Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? You know, because at the end of the day, I don't know who had the nerve to put that movie with Flex out there with the makeup on. That was horrible. Yo,
Okay, how about now?
it still is then. We just got to work with it, man.
Okay,
Yeah, the Michael Jackson movie. What you think about it?
I
Did you
ain't
see
even
it?
peep yet. Is it on the streaming platforms?
I don't think so.
It was
But
my aunt's funeral last Tuesday, so like I'm just kind of tapping back into the world
oh,
like as of like yesterday or Friday or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
yeah, for
So
sure.
like, but everybody's been talking about the movie, man. You know what I mean? Is
Nah,
it
I'm gonna go
a
peep it.
yeah? Is it out in the theaters?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I want to go experience this. I ain't been in the movies in a minute.
yeah, that shit did two and some change for the weekend, like
Word.
210 million.
Yeah, I was about to say when you're talking two, I'm pretty sure you meant hundreds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
is
I see they
this?
was trying to get a low reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, man, nobody give a damn about your reviews, man. Get up out of here, man. We ain't looking for your
Yeah, for
validation,
real.
man.
I mean, it's just like Cisco. At least Cisco and Ebert back in the days, they had the balls to put their name on it. Like, listen, two thumbs down. I said it. Who is Rotten Tomatoes even? Some kind of rank? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's cool, but we don't live for Siskel, Ebert, and Rotten Tomatoes. We don't live for them.
Yeah, man. People need to have their own mind.
Facts. You know what I mean?
I think
Now,
people.
one thing
I think we're
I
living in a
noticed.
society where not thinking for yourself is like second nature. Like, listen, I love AI. I encourage people to utilize AI to help you all day, every day. But definitely, I see a lot of people. They're just like, okay, AI, what do I do? And just they're like AI is thinking for them all day, every day. So much so that they don't think they're going to learn to adapt to not thinking for themselves. And
Y'all
now,
be y'all be wrong in the mother sometimes.
mm-hmm.
But what I noticed is that Janet Jackson had an issue with the movie, and then she ended up not being in the movie at all. And I just felt
Mm.
like that's some hating ass shit. Like, why would you not be in a movie like that representing your brother, and you got all the families involved? They love the movie. Like, yo, rock with it.
Yeah, and like I mean, I understand she out of everyone had a career outside of the family as a solo artist. Because like, no offense to any of the other four in the Jackson Five, right? Besides Mike, but Mike was obviously the standout, and then he paved the way for Janet to be put on. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. But I feel, she probably could feel like she lived in the shadow, you know. But
I
I
could I,
mean,
could- I could see that.
I could see that too. But Mike didn't
Yeah.
have no control over that. He's supposed to dumb himself
And,
down so you
yeah.
could look bigger. Like, come on now.
That is
You know,
true. I mean, I set the bar high. This should be look at it as motivation, right? Instead of this shadow or this mountain that you can never climb. Yeah, maybe she was annoyed. Every interview she did her entire career, people would ask about Mike. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's just part of it. Your brother is a superstar. You know what I mean? A megastar.
that's facts. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't tolerating no MJ slander. Miss me with that.
Is this going to be like a I don't know anything about this movie until I heard about it this week. Is it like a is it a like a live action type of like a biopic type of
It's a
thing?
biopic.
It's a biopic. Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
his
Ooh,
nephew
who's
is
playing
playing
Mike?
him.
Who?
His nephew,
Oh, this is
Jafar Jackson.
Jackson.
Nia Long is
That's
playing his
badass.
mother. I don't know who plays his pops. You know, but
And this is a standalone movie, or it's just like this is not a series.
this ain't no series. This is a movie theater.
Yeah. That's what I just said that out loud in my head, or I was thinking out loud there. I should say, like, oh, this is
Yeah,
a
that's in the movie
standalone
theater.
movie. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, Janet.
My thing is like I feel like if Janet want to be mad at something, you should have been mad at Flex for trying to play Michael Jackson, black as hell, and put on white makeup and try to look like that. Was ridiculous. Yo, I looked back at that movie. I was like, yo, who the hell okayed this? Yo, that was crazy, yo. But I don't. Anything else on this? About to get to something real quick.
Nah, man, but I'm down to go peep that movie. Shit.
So we're gonna go ahead and revisit that one. You go see it. I'll see.
Yeah, I might revisit it. Yeah, you know what? That might have to be a date night for me and the missus. You know what I mean? We're due for one.
Definitely. Okay, so last but not least, the last live I did, right? I went to a spot that had like a $10 day. So everything in the spot is $10. They got a few choice items that you really want, but you got to beat the rush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically what they do is they buy pallets and they break it down and then they sell it. They got $1, $2, $5, $10, $8 days. You know what I mean? With everything in the store is the same price. So you never know what you might come up on. I'm trying to snatch me an iPad for like $10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be probably an older one, but I just need it drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been hitting that joint up. It's on my last live. It was pandemonium in there, and it wasn't. It was There's better ones. And now that I see now, there's a lot of places that do it. There's better ones now.
Yeah, now that you're in the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you find any of those choice items? Did you get your hands on any of them?
No, I picked up a few things. A little vacuum. Some wireless headphones.
Nice.
Just like little knickknacks and stuff like that. My next live gonna be a hustler gonna pay full price for nothing. Show y'all something.
You ain't lying.
Real talk. I'm gonna show y'all.
That's a fact.
Give y'all some plugs. You know what I mean? Or things that I've been holding on to. I ain't gonna keep it all no more.
Well, that's the point too. Is that you carefully curate the avenues and or channels for the customers to be to get referred to before it's time to refer them to it. You know what I
mean? Yeah. I got some. I'm always looking for a bargain. Definitely. All right. Yeah. So Boogie, tell me what you got going on, man.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Got a ton of music dropping this whole entire summer, hitting with the Blitzkrieg, you know what I'm saying, strategy here, you know what I mean, at nonstop fantasy football content on our YouTube channel, Gen Wealth Net, and check me out, Bogart Scott Free, anywhere you consume your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm on my Picasso shit right now, so I just been drawing, some pieces or whatever.
I see you, man.
Trying to create some masterpieces. You feel me?
I'm definitely gonna have to commission a piece for you down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then I just ran into an artist last week, so we definitely got to do some business. You feel me?
Yeah.
He draws like abstract and all that. I mean, I'm not big on painting, but I can paint. I'm not big on painting though.
I mean, you could do like a you can go out there with like a screen, like a flat screen, like a pop-up, like a pop-up joint. Bro could be painting right here. You can have a flat screen where you're drawing on your thing and people can see what you're drawing on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool, but
Yeah,
I
that'd
ain't
be
trying to
cool, but I
perform
ain't
for
trying to
nobody.
perform for nobody.
Y'all want my art?
I mean,
It's gonna be on
It's gonna
clothes.
be on clothes.
there you go.
Yeah, you're gonna wear them.
You're gonna
It's gonna
wear
be
'em.
wearable
It's
art.
gonna be wearable art.
I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need a hoodie.
Yeah, the thing that bothered
Yeah, the
me
thing that
about art,
bothered me
like
about art, like
they don't get they
they
just
don't
due
get they
until
just
after
do
they
until
die. I
after
hated
they
that.
die. I hated that.
You know,
This is a fact.
I think Virgil
was like the only
was like
one
the
that
only
was
one that
able to
was able to
get some of his
get
success
some
while
of
he
his
was alive
success while
because
he
he
was
was an
alive because
actual
he was an
designer.
actual designer.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Kanye is not a
he was
designer.
able.
Kanye is
He
not a
hires
designer. He
designers, but
hires
he's a
designers,
visionary
but he's
though.
a visionary though.
Yeah, he was able to
Virgil was
take
an
his
actual
art
Was
and
an
designer.
then
actual designer.
He put pen to
He
paper
put
and
pen to paper and
do what it do.
do what it do.
With the
The
remixes and the collabs
remixes
and
and the
stuff like
collabs
that.
and stuff like
But then
that.
by the time he
But
was
then by
about
the
to really
time he was
blow,
about to really blow,
cancer got him.
cancer got him.
Same thing, you know,
Same thing,
Basquiat.
you know, Basquiat.
As soon as Basquiat
As soon
started
as
getting
Basquiat
famous
started
in
getting
New York,
famous in New York,
AIDS got him.
AIDS got him.
You know, it's just like,
You know,
damn,
it's just
bro.
like, damn, bro.
You know, so it's
You
kind of
know, so it's
discouraging when
kind of
you're an artist
discouraging
and you
when
see
you're an
like
artist and you see
people
like
that
people
artists is
that
about to get
artists is about to
they
get
break, they big break and then
they big
boom.
break and then boom. You know,
scarcity always drives up the value, and there's nothing more ultimately scarce than an artist that's gone and can't produce pieces anymore, right? So obviously the existing pieces, and maybe that's the thing too when you're an alive artist, right? Like, okay, these pieces got to be one of one for a customer, like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying?
But why
but
didn't these
why didn't
guys,
these
not
guys,
Virgil,
not
but
Virgil,
Basquiat,
but
why
Basquiat,
didn't
why didn't
Basquiat get
Basquiat
these
get
millions of
these
dollars that his
millions of
art is
dollars that his
worth
art is worth
when he was alive?
when he was alive?
I mean, I
I
think it could
doubt
also
Basquiat
be.
was a
Basquiat
millionaire
was a
when he was
millionaire
alive.
when he was alive.
I could be
I
wrong,
doubt
I
it
could be
too,
wrong,
but I doubt it.
but I doubt it.
and like, you know, I think in death too, artists, especially when there's someone polarizing. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's artists come and go, right? And their art has to be recognized somehow. And usually, when you're a polarizing figure in life, you know what I mean? Like Virgil was a very polarizing figure, right? You know what I mean? I mean, everybody was wearing his art. You know what I mean? The high end. Who was Virgil working with? Off White.
Well,
Or that was his
that
joint, right?
Off-White was his brand, but he
Off-White was his
started off
brand, but
working
he
for
started off
Kanye,
working for
then Louis
Kanye,
Vuitton,
then Louis
Oh,
then he
that's
Vuitton.
tried to
right.
Then he
establish his
tried to
own,
establish his own.
you know.
You
I mean, he
know,
worked with Nike, he
he
worked with a
worked with
couple
Nike, he
companies,
worked with a
but
couple companies,
when he
but
finally
when he
started to
finally
establish his
started to
own
establish
brand
his
and
own
move
brand and
away from Louis
move away
Vuitton,
from Louis Vuitton,
he died.
he died.
Man, that's crazy. And those, I
Rest
bet
in
you
peace,
those
Virgil
designs.
Abloh, man, and Basquiat.
And Basquiat.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. They'll live. They will live forever through their art. And it's,
Definitely.
unfortunately they weren't able to live in the wealth that their art was definitely worth. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Tell them where they can catch
Tell
you
them
at,
where they
Bogey.
can catch you at, Bogey.
You already know, man. Anywhere you consume your music, Bogart, scot free, and you can find me on YouTube, the Gen Wealth Net. Let's go.
Yes, sir. You catch me
Yes, sir.
on
You
from
catch
a
me
fan's
from a
perspective.
fan's perspective.
You know, I got some more
I
lives
got some
coming,
more lives coming,
and we're gonna do
and
what it do,
we're gonna
baby.
do what it do, baby.
Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.